on, and now we're ready to go. Okay. So I was going to have us start off with a rolled up towel to do some work to stretch in through the backs of the legs. So if you have a rolled up towel or just even a blanket, just something like the log ends up being about this big, then that would be a great way to get the calves and the backs of the legs to open. So if you come down onto your knees and then take the roll right underneath the thighs, so you're coming right about at the bottom of the calves and in through the Achilles, whew, and it's a really strong compression there. And then do just a little rock side to side. So the back is still tall, but you've got all that weight dropping down, wow, into your calves and getting that area compressing. Now, I know that many of us are often in need of a massage. And I know that the healthcare workers, including myself, are going back to work as of pretty much today. They started doing private counseling on site and massage and treatments. I know I've got 3-4 Thai massages booked here tomorrow. So in lieu of getting massage, this is your chance to get a little opening in through the calves. Now, just see if you can take the whatever you have up a little bit higher, that rolled up towel, and then sit back again. And once again, do a gentle rock side to side. Keep the back nice and tall. Get that compression right in through the calf. And then see if you can come down all the way to the ankles and then press back again. This might be a little gentler. You'll have more space, of course. And do a gentle rock side to side. Getting that compression right in through the Achilles and in through the calf. Okay. And then you can gently come on back up. Now just take your towel off to the side, and we'll start in child's pose with the knees wide and the toes pressing together. Now take the palms forward and take an in-breath, lift the eyes, and then exhale back. Begin your practice slowly by really deepening your breath and coming into the awareness of your breathing. See if you can let any thoughts of physical sensations go in this moment, so it's really about your breathing. And a gentle rock, side to side, in your child's pose. And a nice deep breath. I've got my head just off the floor to do the gentle rock. And it feels like you're palming the mat, the arms are reaching out so far. And then you can come on back up. And now take the hands underneath the shoulders, draw the knees in, and then make circles with your hips. The hands are right under the shoulders, and you're making like a stir stick with your bum, coming around. And try to really tip to the outside and then back. And then come on in the other direction. Again, way out with the hip bones. I can feel the stretch going right into the buttocks. So you really tip out. And then you can draw back to your center. Now, child's pose once again. This time, draw the forehead down and draw your tailbone all the way back. Releasing the weight of the head. Taking 2 deep breaths. Great. And then you can come on back up. Take the hands right underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Take an in-breath. Lift the eyes. And then exhale and rise into your downward dog. Really lift the bum bones up towards the ceiling. Let the heels drop. Take in 3 deep breaths. And on the exhale, really tipping the bum bones up as you lengthen through the spine. Inner thighs active, the heels pressing down. And then we're going to come down onto the knees once again. Come into a dog tilt of the bum up. Lift the eyes, arcing the back. And then exhale, round the spine into cat round. Keep the toes tucked under. And then breathing in again, gaze up, lift the eyes. And then once again, exhale and round. Breathe in, gaze up, lift the eyes. And exhale and round. And then you can breathe in, gaze up, lift the eyes, and now exhale, rise into the downward dog. And then we're going to step forward, bringing the feet all the way to the hands. Take an in-breath, lift, come on, halfway up, and exhale, fold. Now breathing in, bring the arms up, press the palms together, and then exhale to your center. Breathe in, gaze up, opening through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. And then exhale, fold. Plant the hands, jump or step the legs back. Coming over to the left side, to your side plank, pardon my backside, you're going to breathe in and then take that arm back down. Rotate to the right, big in-breath, drawing that shoulder back, and then back to your center. Now coming down onto the knees, we're going to exhale to lower. And then pressing the elbows underneath the shoulders, the palms down and apart. Take an in-breath. Take 2 more in-breaths here as you warm up through the low back, and you press the tops of the feet down to get the pubic bone pressing down. And as the eyes lift, the shoulder blades are pressing back to open in through the throat. Feel an enthusiastic in-breath to really draw into the back of the throat, and you're pressing the pubic bone down too. And that will help to work into the low back. And then you bend your knees, you walk your knees in under the hips, tuck the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, take an in-breath, lift the eyes, and then exhale and round into your downward dog as you let the heels drop. The shoulder blades are sliding down. And you continue to pull up through the thighs as you're letting the heels drop. Stay with your breathing. Keep the lift of the bum bones. Breath. And one more breath. It's always nice to wiggle and do any little shifts you need to do from side to side. And now gazing up, come up onto the tiptoes. Big in-breath, step the feet to the hands. Come on, halfway up. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, breathe the arms up, lift, and press the palms together. Release to center. And inhale again, gazing up, open through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch. Exhale, fold forward. Planting the hands, jump or step the legs back. Side plank to the left, either bend or straighten the leg. Lift, opening through the chest. Take an extra breath and take the arm in line with the ear, reaching out. And then inhale, take that arm down. Rotate around. Breathing in, bring that right arm up, opening through the chest. Draw that right shoulder over, lengthen from the waist. And then windmill that arm around. Come on back to your center. And now lowering to the floor from the knees, and then take the elbows right under the shoulders. Press into the palms, gaze ahead. Press the tops of the feet down. Sometimes I like to lift the pubic bone to press them under more. And then you can gaze up as you keep pressing the elbows down. And one more breath. Now we're going to add to this pose by coming into cobra, pressing into the palms and let your shoulder blades slide down. You're breathing in and out through the nose. And as the eyes lift, you keep pressing the feet down and the pubic bone under. And one more breath. And then you can exhale. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, come on up to all fours. Walk the hands in even further. Tuck the toes under. Gaze up, arc the bum up. And then exhale and rise into downward dog. Now, just take the feet together and then turn both heels over to the right. Press the heels down, lengthening in through the calves. Keep the core pulling up and the shoulder blades sliding down. The head drops completely. And then rotate to the other side and let the heels drop. Pressing. Keep on pulling up from your core. You're breathing steadily. And then you draw back to your center. Take your feet hip width apart, usual downward dog. And then gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes, jump or step the feet to the hands, come on halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, breathe the arms and lift, press the palms together. And exhale to center. And inhaling again, gaze up, open through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, reaching out with the nose, forward bend. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Jump or step the legs back. Let's come to the left anterior side plank. Bring that left arm up and then reach the arm over, lengthen through the underside of the waist. And now windmill that arm around. Come on back. Rotate to the other side, opening the chest and the breath. Take that right arm out, lengthen from the waist. And then breathing in, take that arm back. Now lowering down to the floor. This time the hands come further forward for cobra, but we start in a small cobra that you're pressing the elbows down and the tops of the feet down. Pull up from the rib cage so it feels like you're knitting the ribs up and in and up and in. So pull from here as the feet act like fly swatters in that gentle yoga kind of way, and you're pressing them down, and the knees might even lift off the floor because the legs are so active. And as you gaze up, feel good. You're here, you did it. You're opening the lungs, you're opening in through the front body to help the posture. And you're also innervating the nerves along the spine, especially in this pose. Now then just release for a moment, come down probably a couple of inches, and then press into the palms again, and lift, and press the shoulders down, straightening the arms if that works, and press the tops of the feet down. Keep pulling up from the rib cage, pulling in. Keep the shoulder blades sliding down the back so they don't come forward like this, but they're coming down. There's a slight softness in the elbow, not a bend, but just a softness to keep the eyes of the elbows facing up slightly. And then you gently lower. You take the elbows right under the shoulders, bend the knees in to come right under the hips. Take the palms under. Tuck the toes under, take an inhale, and then exhale and rise and lift into your downward dog. The bum bones are coming up and back, and your head is dangling. You're going to just gently turn the head from side to side. Stay breathing. And then you can come back to your center with the head and keep on pulling up through the bum bones. And then you bend your knees and you come up onto the balls of the feet. Now take the bum up higher so you're going to be able to lengthen the hips and get a strong line right from your bum bones right through to the top of the head as you draw up. And then you can straighten the legs, let the heels come down. And now here we go, gazing up, tiptoes. Jump or step the feet to the hands. Come on, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, breathe the arms out, lift from the rib cage, shoulders are dropped. Keep pulling in from the ribs for a moment as you keep the pinkies pressing together, and keep pulling the shoulders down as the palms reach. And then you can exhale to center. Okay, last one, inhale, gazing up, opening through the chest. Exhale, fold, lift the chin to the last second, then let the head fall. Breathe in, come halfway up, just touch shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, jump or step the legs back, coming into left side plank. Big in-breath, open. Take 2 more breaths as you bring the left arm over. And as you lengthen out, lifting, opening the chest. And then you can windmill that arm around. Rotate, come on to the other side. Draw that shoulder blade back. Breathing in, lengthen. Come right out from the underside of the waist. Another breath. Open through that side. And then you can breathe in, come down. And now bending from the knees, exhale to lower. Now take the elbows down. Press in Sphinx. The elbows are just ahead of the shoulder. So normally they're under, but they're just slightly ahead. And that means that you're going to have a little bit more space in your upper back. And you press the tops of the feet down. And then on your next in-breath, you cobra up. And you keep the shoulder blades sliding down as the tops of the feet press. And breathe. Breathing in and out through the nose. Keep your shoulder blades back as you lift the eyes and as you press the tops of the feet down. Keep that rise of the ribs. Keep on pressing the feet down. Breath, breath. And then you can gently lower. Very nice. The hands come up just even with the chest. Bend up onto the knees to child's pose back first. Exhale, release the weight of the head. Forehead on the floor as you palm the mat out there. And on your exhale, really pull back from the low core. So you get a really good stretch into the low back. And under the arms. And stay with your nice deep breaths. Great. Now you can breathe in. Come on back up. Now take the hands right underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Take an arc and lift the bum. Lift the chin. Exhale. Rise into your downward dog. Stay for 5 breaths. Letting the head fall. Keep the inner thighs moving back. Stay with your breath. And 2 more breaths. Again, keep the shoulder blades sliding down the back as the head dangles. The heels drop and the inner thighs are moving back and up. So legs are super active. Okay, good. Now you gaze up, come up onto the tiptoes. Jump or step the feet to the hands. Come on, halfway up, reaching out. Exhale, fold. Breathe in now, lift from the rib cage, bring the palms together. And exhale back to your center. Okay, very good. From here, we'll come right into forward bend. Now, some of the best ways, Nita, to help in through the low back when it's tight is to come into a forward fold, and Doug, is to have the knees bent and to hug onto the backs of the calves. Then you let the head dangle. And with your chest in contact, you straighten the legs as much as you can, but do keep the body in contact with the thighs. And then if it's possible, shift forward more without grabbing at the toes, the bum up towards the ceiling as you let the head dangle. You stay with your breath. Excellent. Just keep on pulling up through the bum bones. Breath. Good. 1 more breath. You'll notice on the exhale, you really pull the core in. Okay, that's really good. Now breathe in, gaze up, take the hands forward. Now the hands are forward 10 inches. Press into the palms and look up. Now, if you need to really bend the knees, that's okay. Pull the bum bones back though. So that means the inner thighs will move back and you're pulling up through like you're pulling up stockings on your thighs to pull the bum bones up into the ceiling. Keep the legs active. I often lift the toes out of habit just to get the feet to press down on the inside and on the heels. And then once again, exhale, fold forward, let the head dangle, bring the chest in contact with the thighs. Head drops. Nice steady breaths. Okay, very good. Now we're going to bend the knees, take the hands to the feet, take your elbows to your knees, step your feet together. Now let your hips sit back and you're going to extend through the arms forward into Utkatasana with the hips sitting back, and then take the arms apart. Let the heels, let your weight press evenly through the heels and the fronts of the feet. And as your shoulder blades slide down, keep the tailbone leaning back. So attempt not to arc, but drop the tailbone back as the knees press together, really strong. Balls of the feet together, heels apart, and keep the knees kissing to keep that inner thigh action happening and the tailbone sitting back. Very strengthening. Whew. Now, sometimes you can be lower. It depends on some people are right down, like they're like this. They've got that kind of crazy legs. So just notice what is your best position to really burn through the quads and create great heat And you're also helping to open up in through the sacral area by kissing the knees together. And then 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Exhale the hands right to the center. Okay, very good. Now we're going to take your left leg back. The right knee is facing forward. And then drop down to that left knee. Keep the toes tucked under. Hands to the knees. Lift and pull up from the rib cage. The shoulders are back. And as you lift the eyes, you pull up from the waist. You really feel the rib cage opening as you lift. Extend the arms wide, out like a V, but not too high. And lift, pull up from the sternum. Keep the shoulder blades pressing back. Nice deep breath. Keep the breath steady. Keep opening through the front body. Keep pulling up from the rib cage. Keep the shoulders sliding down as you're breathing. And 1 more breath. And then you can take both hands down again. And we're going to take the left hand down, straighten the back left leg, and then turn to your right with the front right knee directed forward. The chest is open, the back leg is strong. Keep pushing into the floor. Keep the chest opening. Keep staying with your breathing. Breath. Good, and now you can take that right hand down. We're going to change legs. We're going to get forward. Take that right leg back, left leg in between the hands. Lift the chin, drop down to the back knee. Take both hands to that left knee. Keep your shoulders dropped. Tuck your tailbone under. Open through the rib cage, pulling up from the skin of this right thigh. Arms open, chest rises. Lift the eyes. Pull right up from the pubic bone, pulling in through that core area as you rise. Breath. Keep on pulling up. Good. Keep the tailbone tucked, shoulders back. Breath. And then you can take the hands down. And now you can take that right hand down, straighten the back right leg, turn to your left and keep your front left knee directed in. The back leg is strong as you're turned. The top of the head is reaching straight out. The chin is in slightly. So you keep that left knee directed forward. Try not to drop anything, but see if you can stay strong, pushing into the floor as you gaze up. And then you can take that left hand down. Bend down onto the back knee, and then take your left leg back. We'll come into a cat round, the hands underneath the shoulders. Knees are right under the hips in tabletop position. Now take an in-breath, lift the eyes, arcing your back, and then exhale and round. Feel like you're pressing your palms right through the floor. And then breathe in, gaze up. And exhale, round. Breathe in, gaze up, lift the eyes. And exhale, round. Breathe in. Exhale. Always through the nose. And again, sniff, really sniff in, lift the eyes. And then exhale, feel as if you're pressing your palms through the floor. We've got 2 more. Breathe in, lift, arc the back, tip the bum high. And exhale. Last time. Breathe in, gaze up. Here we go, just exhale, round. Now let's come on into the shoulders. The first thing that's so subtle for the shoulders is child's pose, where the shoulders fall forward. And you can turn it onto your right cheek. And as you're kneeling, you come back as far as you can. I know sometimes you need to be up high, and that's perfectly fine. If you are, and Doug, I'm just thinking of your hips, if you're up high, just still let your shoulders fall forward, and then walk your hands down and away, everybody. So you get that long neck. And then keep going. As you breathe in and out through the nose, just keep letting the shoulder blades fall apart. So that doesn't sound right, but just letting them fall forward. Good, as I hydrate. And then slowly curl all the way back up into the kneeling position. Now we'll come right into kneeling position. And from here, we'll come right into breath of joy. So we bring the arms out to the side. This is quite good for the shoulders too. And we're gonna do 35 pumps, and we're gonna go for 3 sets, 3 regular breaths in between. So here we go, breathing in. And then you can let your hands rest on the lap. Stay open, shoulders are back. Take in 2 more deep, full breaths. Good, this is a very strong breathing exercise for respiratory muscles. And it's also very stimulating for the immunoglobulins in the throat. So remember, those are like the little Pac-Man that take away viruses, which is, of course, the key word at this time. But this has always been a good empowering breath. Here we go, 35 pumps, breathing in. And regular breaths, keeping the rib cage open. Feeling the shoulders dropped back. Also let your head come back slightly. So you have that sense of really being open in through the throat. Lovely, 1 more regular breath. Keeping nice and tall and open. Here we go, breathing in. Go ahead and then bring your awareness back. You know, if your mind does wander as you're doing your breathing, breathing is a good way actually to collect the awareness, collect consciousness. But if your mind does wander, I think what you might find over time is that it wanders into really good thoughts, because breathing like this really does allow for an expulsion of any negative energy, which is tending to be in the GI tract. So when you do that strong exhale, if there is any negative energy, it often pushes out. And I found myself just having some really neat thoughts there. And that's what's so powerful about the cleansing effect of breath. You literally help to clear your consciousness. Now we'll take the right arm up, and actually left arm, sorry, I'm going to do the opposite of you to keep it simple. Take the right arm under, and then take your wrap. Now, as you breathe in, you're going to take take the shoulders forward, and you're going to tuck your chin and breathe in and out through the nose. Now this cat round will help you to get into the upper back. And then keep the elbows reaching forward, breathing deeply. Good, and then you're going to breathe in. Rise and lift through the spine. Breathe in, let the elbows come up. Exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, lower. And breathe in, lift. And exhale, lower. Last one, the elbows are so far forward, as far as you can. And then exhale. Now we'll take that arm, let the arm cross, and then cross over and circle the shoulder blade across. You're literally letting the weight of the arm fall into this arm. You're lifted through your spine. Always good to keep the chin back slightly, just in case. That'll make sure that you've got your head aligned, right over the plumb line of your spinal column. And then let the arm come all the way across as you pull, and you breathe steadily. Now, if you're okay in kneeling position, you're going to then take yourself down, take that shoulder blade across and come down to your cheek. See if you can wiggle the shoulder blade over more, and then tip your body a little bit in the opposite direction. Just enough that you can really plant that shoulder blade and your head is released. And then take your top arm up. Open the arm back as you breathe, open the chest and the shoulder. Wonderful breaths. And then you can let that arm come down. Here we go. Come on all the way back up. Taking the opposite arm up, and then you can wrap and come into your rounded spine as you tuck your chin. Get a really good round. Breathe into the space in between your shoulder blades. Again, stay with nice full breaths. Breath. And lovely. Then you can breathe in and lift, and just coming back into a nice tall spine. Take an in-breath, lift the elbows, and then exhale, lower. And breathe in, lift, and exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift, exhale, lower. And rise, elbows high. Elbows are forward, exhale, lower. Let this arm fall across, and then pull across. Totally release the arm. Come into nice deep breaths. Great, I'm just gonna play studio director here. And keep your breathing steady. Keep on lifting right from the very bottom of your spine. There we go. Okay, good. I think we're here. And then you're going to take that arm across and come on down. Stretch across and get the arm over as far as you can. Lean your bum in the opposite direction. I think on this arm. And then you're going to get over. And then gently, if it feels good. Otherwise, you can keep the arm down and let the weight of the head drop. Turn and bring this arm up. Stay with your breathing. Keeping that shoulder coming back. Stay with your breath. Okay, great. Then you can take that arm down. Now, I just want to take you into a deeper expression of that pose. I wish you were here. I do. I wish you were here because if you really work this pose, you can stretch right in through the whole neck. So I want to repeat it. When you take your arm across, let's do the same arm that you just did. When you take that arm across, let me just show you. You're getting over as far as you can, and then you're pulling in the opposite direction, so your hand is glued. And then you come down. Now, what I find I intuitively do is when this arm is up, I'll come back as far as I can, and I'll find that I can crack and release the neck if there's any tension there. So how can I say this? The shoulder is down, it's not up. And that will draw your neck down. You're giving more length in your neck. And you just turn and you come back as far as you can. We're going to do this with a couple more deep breaths. And you want to let that hand come way back. And you stay with your breathing. There. So I think you might really find that you let go a little further. It just helps the vertebrae to let go because of all the compression, the pull of the shoulder over. Okay, that was great. Now come on back up, and then let's go. Take the other arm across, get over as far as you can, glue that hand. Take the bum in the opposite direction. Potentially lift that arm up, opening through the chest and the shoulder. Keep on breathing in and out through the nose, and the weight of the head is completely dropped. Stay with your breathing. And then you can gently take that arm down. Okay, wonderful. Now from here, let's come into tipping over to the right side. So we've got both of the feet over to the, Stay there. Tip to your right side and take your left hand under, because I want to make sure I'm mirroring you. It's so much easier. Now with that hand under, take a lift, breathe in, gaze up, and take this arm over and back. And then take the hand behind. Press the elbow back, lift from the rib cage, and breathing in and out through the nose. And then you can gently release. Good. Now you can take that top left leg in front. Lift from the rib cage, pulling up. Now come into a wonderful spinal twist. Take that right arm across. Take the left arm up. Turn the thumb out. And then press into the hand as you lift. And you're pressing into both bum bones to get yourself rising there. Stay with your breath. Keep on opening. Keep on lifting. And one more breath. Rising from the bum bones. And then you can come on back to your center. You're going to uncross, stack the knees again, and then tip over to your left side. Take the right hand under. Rise from the rib cage, fountain up and out from that side. Keep the arm pretty much in line with the ear. Pull up from the skin here so you get that stretch right down into the side waist. The gaze is up on the diagonal, and then the hand is behind. Breath in. Exhale back the elbow and tie the elbow. Stay with a steady breath. And then you can take that hand down. Great, take the top right leg. Bring the heel in close. And then take this left arm down low. Windmill the right arm up. Turn the thumb out. And then take that right hand behind. Lift. Gazing back as you lift from the rib cage. Nice full breaths. Keep your lift. Breath. Prop up if you need to a little more. Pressing into the hand. And then you can gaze back to the front. Now we're going to take this ankle onto the side, and you'll be right on the outside blade of this foot. Now, depending on how tight the hips are, if you need to take the foot out a little more, but still let the knee fall, that might give you more of a fold forward from the waist. So just feel for the best position to get your fold, and then extend out and let your head dangle. Go right into breathing. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. The head is heavy. You really feel yourself letting go as the tailbone is dropping to the floor. And then breathe in, lift. Come on all the way back up. Now, take the foot up again, so you're going to be on the flat of the foot. The knee gets high. Hug around as much as you can and simply prop up. That's all. Feel both bum bones down. So try not to be tipped over to the left. See if you can get the right one down as well. And do any little finagling there to get the ribs or the belly or the boobs or whatever needs to happen out and out of the way so you can pull your knee in. Because we're then going to take that leg, grab onto the foot, bend it in, and prop ourselves to the front of the bum bones. Maybe that leg will be straight, but see if you can get the toes pulling back. You'll lift from the rib cage, you stay to the front of the bum bones, gazing towards the big toe. Stay with your breath. Pull yourself up, pull towards that ankle, really stretch to the back. Now pull the toes back. And see if you can come over the foot. You know, however you can come right into this calf. And lift from the rib cage, get the shoulder blades back. Really tall from your back, pulling the shoulders back. The chin lifts slightly. You're gazing just past your toes. And you lift. And wonderful. And now you take that knee down. So there you are, you're stacked again. And then you're going to roll over to the other side. So you take the knees over. And now you can take that right ankle across. Come on the outside edge of that right ankle. Again, notice if you need to, sorry, it's your left. See if you need to come on the outside edge of that foot. If you can stay tucked, this is full cow pose. And you breathe in and you exhale and you fold and let your head fall completely. Breathe in and out through the nose. That's your letting go. Good, and 2 more breaths. Great. Now, on your next in-breath, come on back up once again. Come on onto the flat of the foot. Get this knee high. Hug in so you get a wonderful lift. Back is tall. You feel both bum bones down, especially this left one. Lifting, and then we take the foot. Lift through the foot, gazing towards the toes. Draw the shoulder blades back. Reach the heels out so you're lengthening through the backs of the legs. The thing that you want to do is press down through the sitting bone and attempt to pull in so much through the sitting bone. You press down through the hip flexor and you reach the heel out. And then do you see if you can pull the toes back in whichever way. You can use a bend in the knees a bit to get more in through the deeper calf. Reach that heel out. You're gazing just past the toe and you keep the toes, big toe, and you keep the shoulder blade pulling back as you lift and rise, and breath. Okay, now this foot is going to come down and you're going to take the right heel right onto the inside. Now, helping through the low back, Nita, a really nice way to stretch through one side is to have the compression of the foot against the thigh. That helps to draw this hip down. And then you can extend forward. Pull back from your toes as you reach forward and lengthen out. Keep on pulling forward and keep reaching the heel out as you pull back from your shoulders so you're not forward. Keeping that neck free, extending forward. And then you can breathe in, draw all the way back up. Okay, good. Now take that heel out. Take the sole of the foot in, pressing that foot. Pull the toes back. Take a square of the rib cage. Breath in, and then exhale, fold. Reach out through the heel, pulling the shoulder blades back. Get that extension forward. Excellent. Keep on reaching. Toes coming back as you reach the heel out and as you press that foot right into the thigh. This will really help to come out strongly out of the left side of your low back. And then you can come back up. Okay, we're going to do that again. So take the heel in, come right to the front of the bum bone, press that foot into the thigh, draw the toes back, reach the heel out and extend and coming forward. So I don't know if you guys have been down on the boardwalk and seen that there's a fox's den that they built, the fox built right under the boardwalk. And there's an opening and it's just a little ways from Moody Lifeguard Tower and to the west. And so the Wildlife Fund or organization went down and they quarantined, they corralled off the area. Well, about once a day, the mom comes out with her cubs, and there's about 7 of them, and they came out as I was down on the boardwalk, and it was so adorable. They really look like the cartoons of them, like those slender, long snouts and beautiful cheeks and long necks. And they were just so playful, climbing all over each other, and really curious about the people. And the wildlife person was saying, please don't get close because we don't want them to get used to people. And it was really quite the sight. So if you get a chance to go down, obviously you don't want to see them because you hope they don't come out, but yet it is kind of nice when they do. So that was really neat to see today. Just reach right out over that leg. So you are pressing that left foot onto the inner thigh as you reach the heel out and draw back from the toes. Stay with your breathing. Reaching forward, pull in through the core as you extend out there. Keep the leg lengthening by pulling back from the toes. And then you can breathe in. Come on, all the way back up. Okay, wonderful. Now, you've had this knee to the outside, and I want you to then take the foot so that it's just in front of the left sitting bone, so you're not in tight. Then you've got balance. Now take your right hand to support yourself. Take the left hand forward, turn the thumb up, and if you're able to wrap the arm around, wrap around and grab the other arm. If that's too much, then you press the back of the arm into the shin and give yourself leverage forward and pull your toes back on this right foot out there. Reach out through the heel. Come into your breathing as you press the backs of the arms into the shin. And then you can breathe in and come back up. Okay, wonderful. Changing legs. Take that heel in just in front of the bum bone. Support yourself as you find your best position, whether you're wrapping or whether you're having the backs of the arms on the shin. Extend the body forward. Great. If you're wrapping, you really get the elbow down as low as you can. And this is incredible for the low back. It individuates the sides and helps you to get leverage out further. And of course, if you're pressing the backs of the arms down, still get that reach forward with the chest. So we're not rounding. The toes pull back as you extend out over that leg and you pull the baby toe side back, especially. So you're pulling up from the thigh as you reach forward. In breath. And then you can breathe in. Come on back up. And now uncrossing that leg. We're going to come onto the knees and come back into a dog tilt, tipping, so tabletop position. And tipping the bum up, lift the eyes, arc the back, and then exhale and round the spine. Great. One more time. Breathing in, gaze up, tip the bum. And then exhale and round. Okay, wonderful. Now you can take your legs back, lower down to the floor. And then you're going to take your hands right alongside the body, press the tops of the feet down. Let your shoulders come forward. Now breathe in and lift. Keep the shoulders pressing down and stay with your breathing. Now, if you can keep the arms actively reaching back, and you know what, let's do this. Take your hands, first of all, beside your chest, pull up, press the pubic bone under, and you might need some extra padding there if it's a little bit nasty. And then you move your hands down your back, down the floor, and shoulder blades come down your back. Now lift the legs up off the floor and move your hands towards your feet. You're gazing up and you keep the legs out wide now. So you bring them out to the outside edges of the mat. And you keep the inner thighs moving towards the ceiling as the shoulders come forward and as your hands move back. And this will help to open the shoulder chest area. And you breathe in and out through the nose. And then you can gently lower down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So breathing in again, lift, let the shoulders stay forward. Reach the legs out, move the inner thighs towards the ceiling. You'll see my thumbs are a little bit rotated up, so you don't want to have the shoulders open, but more inner thumbs coming up. And you reach the legs out wide. Shoulders come forward as you lift. 2 more breaths. You might notice on your inhale, you can inflate and rise a little. And then you come down And we'll do that one more time. Shoulders stay forward. Reach the legs out. Inflate up. And then you can gently come down. Now take your hands right beside the chest. Gently come back up. Draw the knees right under the hips. And then you're going to take your hands right down. Come on onto the elbows and round your spine. Look back in between the knees. Now breathe in and out through the nose. Tuck your chin slightly. And then a lot. Really tuck it in. Now, as you breathe in, expand the breath into the back of the throat, expanding the upper back. And then as you exhale, child's pose back and release the forehead to the floor and do a gentle rock side to side. Keep on breathing in and out through the nose. And then you can slowly lift and draw all the way back up. Now we'll come right down onto your backs. And you can take a moment to have your knees bent and your upper body settled. The arms are out to the side. Now take a good minute to simply breathe and let your body go. So there's no tension in your back. And you can feel all of the bones let go. Breathing in and out through the nose to soften and tenderize the tissue. Breath. Great. And then gently let your head roll side to side. Good. Now we've done some good stretching in through the lower back. We're going to stretch in through the hip flexors, so we'll take this into the front of the thighs. The best, so hip flexors, of course, right at the tops of the thighs. It's right where your fold is. But more importantly is the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle attaches right to the tip that you can feel, actually, and it ends right on the sternum. It's an upside down V. Now what we're going to do is we've done all these back arcs to open in through the top V, and now we want to come down into the bottom. So a good way is to take the foot and, if it's possible, take the foot under and then press your knee away and take the top arm up. And you keep that knee pressing. You're on the foot of the other, you're on the top of the, or sorry, the bottom of the foot of the other leg. Now, if you need to, you can, of course, come over to your side. I'll show you on this side and hold on to your foot. Press your knee forward. But it's not just like a runner's one. It's actually that you're pressing the hip forward. This drawer opens forward and you send the knee away. So you've got that long quad, and that will help to get a lot more line of stretch. And in the other way, we're going to keep breathing. And if you're in the other pose, keep breathing, and we'll keep opening in through the quad. And you just feel really good here. You're breathing in and out and creating wonderful length in your thigh. This also helps to tone the lower abdominals. Stay with your breathing. It's very good to actively press the knee away so you get a deeper stretch. And then very gently, first the arm comes down. And then you're going to gently take that foot up. Good, come on to the other side. Pressing that foot under. Taking the arm over and pressing the knee away as you open right through the top of the thigh. Keep pressing the knee away. Actively opening through that quad. Stay with your breathing. Breath. And then gently first take the arm down and then drawing that leg up. Very great. Now, a nice counter stretch for that one is to come into the hip stretch. Cross your right ankle over, flex the foot, and take the right hand above the right knee and press that knee away. This arm is resting to the side. Now, lift that left leg up, grab behind, lift the upper body and grab behind the left knee. Round everything in, keep your chin tucked as you pull your legs in. And then you can lower the upper body, come down, and pull the leg in as much as you can. Keep that right knee rotating out, opening through the hip. Keep the breathing constant, so you keep on letting go. Weight of the head, rest back. Keep on pulling in. Keep that knee rotating out. And then you can release the leg down. Great. Now, just take the arms out to the side and then tip over to your left side. Gaze to the ceiling and slide the right opposite shoulder blade down. And with any luck here, all the way down, and maybe even that foot can press on the floor. And if that happens, reach down, and if you can grab your shin or your ankle and pull the leg up, just to get that extra outside hip stretch. The right arm is pressing back. Gaze to your right now. And keep on pulling that left ankle up. Open through the right waist as you do. And then you can gently release that leg. Hug the right knee in. Come on onto your back again, rolling. And make circles with that right knee. And other direction. Good, and now come side to side. And then you can release that right heel down. Wonderful. Lie for a moment to feel the sides. Notice the increased blood flow, energy in one side. Let yourself go and take 2 deep breaths. Now just grab a drink. Breathing in and out through the nose. Very good. Now with knees bent, have your knees to the ceiling. And then crossing that left ankle over. Take the left hand above the left knee and press that left knee out. Upper body resting. Shoulders are back. Great. Now, just a couple more breaths. And then you can take the hands behind the right knee, pull the leg up. Keep that left knee rotating out as much as you can. Keep pulling the leg in. Keep that knee rotating out. Breath. A little more if you can. And then you let that right heel down. Just keep the left knee there. Arms to the side. Tip and fall to your right. Get that opposite left shoulder under. And then if you can take the right hand and grab onto the shin or the ankle and pull that left ankle up towards you. Getting further opening up through that left hip. Drawing the shoulder blades back as you do. Keep on breathing steadily. One more breath. Great. And then we can hug that left knee in. Let your right leg straighten, circling around. And other direction. And then come from side to side. And then you can let your heel drop. Let your leg straighten. For a moment, let go again. Palms relax to the ceiling. Notice any little changes in your body. This is like a moment, if you were an artist and you were looking, you stepped back and you take a look at the canvas. You really want to tune into how you've increased your energy or what feels longer. This is the kind of body awareness we need to accentuate. We usually just notice discomfort or pain or symptoms. We've never really trained ourselves to feel how energy feels in the body. And yet masters of energy, whether the Qigong masters or yoga masters, they know how to use the energy in their bodies. They can increase their metabolism, they can increase their body temperature. They can bring their consciousness into something to help somebody afar, distant healing. So just feel in your body how there's been changes in the energy. Great. And then for the next position, take the soles of the feet together and let the knees splay out. Just a passive inner thigh stretch. The weight of the tailbone is really pulling your lower abs down. And then you do a little wobble side to side. Nice massage into the outside of the tailbone. Now I hope this feels good. If there is any problem in the sacrum, it might be a little bit jamming right on this outside. So if it doesn't feel good, then take the knees up, please, and pull the knees in. This will come into an inner thigh stretch, so I'm pulling them nice and wide. And just let the elbows bend. Good, and continuing with your rock if you're rocking. And if your legs are up, rocking. Pull the knees wide. You've got the support for the low back here. And then take your legs up and bring the legs wide as you reach out through the heels and pull back from the toes. Really lengthen. Now let your shoulder blades come back as you get the heels reaching out. Nice deep breaths. Shoulders are back. Good, now pulse out, keeping the legs as straight as you can. And great. And then you're gonna wobble to your left and then wobble to your right. You're massaging in through the low back as you do. Over to the left, breathing constantly, happy. letting your bum roll. And one more time each side, get the toes coming back at the heels, reaching out. Really good heel reach. And then come on back. Now draw the feet together. Let the knees bend. Hug the knees in together. And then let your heels drop. And release completely to the floor. Now, just let go for a moment again. Let your body settle. And from these poses, notice the changes in your energy. Where do you feel more of a, maybe it's like a buzz or a warmth? I can feel it's like a hum. It's almost like a thermostat has been turned on and there's a rising of energy. And then take in 2 deep breaths. Very nice. Bridge. We're going to do a gentle bridge. You can have to do a gentle bridge. Your feet are not quite as close in. Normally we have the hands coming right to the taking the hands right to the ankles. End of the day, and I don't know my body parts. And now just let the arms rest to the side. The knees are apart, hip width. And then you press into the feet, peel the tailbone out, but not very far. And send the knees away. So you've got a nice, pretty long spine, but you're not tipped too high. It's pretty easy. And then you slowly lower, but you tuck your tailbone out to lower your mid-low back down first. And you come all the way down. And we'll do that again. Tilt, pelvic tilt, low back flattens, tilt the tailbone out, comes up off the floor. And if you wish to go higher, do. Otherwise, just press into the feet. Keep the tailbone tilted out. Let your shoulders rest back. Stay with your breathing. Keep pressing into the feet. And then, with your tailbone reaching out, slowly lower. Coming down. Very nice. Next, we're going to come right into fish pose. For this one, the hands come under. As you know, the thumbs overlap. And your legs straighten. Make sure that you're up high enough that your feet will be on the mat, very important. And then take your hands under. Press into the elbows, opening through the chest. Let the toes point so that you're opening through the tops of the thighs. Stay with your breathing. Good. And 4 more breaths. One more breath. Legs active, toes are pointed. And then with all the weight in the elbows, gently lift the head, tuck the chin back down, release the hands to the side of the body, let your body go again. Feel the back of your body release into the floor. Wonderful for the nerves along the spinal column, and for opening the shoulders, and for expanding your lungs. So take a moment for all of that to gel. Let go. I'll leave you in silence for a moment. I want you to really feel where your parts have opened. Wonderful. Now we'll do that one more time. So you can take your hands under, get the thumbs overlapped. You might notice you might be able to bring your hands lower under this time. And then pressing into the elbows, pressing into the palms, lift, come on to the back of the head as the toes point. Stay active through the legs, lifting. Opening through the chest. Stay with the breath. Two more breaths. And with all the weight in the elbows, gently, slowly lower, coming down. Releasing the hands to the side. Once again, with the middle of the back, release, let your body go. That's a really good stretch. Now let's take the hands just behind the head, interlace the fingers. Take an in-breath, and then tuck your chin, just looking down, and you're breathing in through the nose. And then you can slowly lower. Good. Now, very gently, roll over to your right side. Draw right up to seated position. And as I've been teaching in the Ashtanga practice, the final 3 poses are done in lotus and or cross-legged position, so this is great. If you need to have your legs further out because it just gives you a wider basis of support, that's great too. The main key is that you might want to sit on your bolster nita, or anybody with taking the tailbone tipped higher, so that you can get that nice lift right from the rib cage. Now, the first breathing technique in this finishing pose is to take the chin in. It's quite a neat thing. What you're doing is, as I get my lotus, is I really find that the back can get tall in this, is that you take your hands together and, you take your ring finger, index finger and thumb, anatomy's gone, and you're touching. And then you take an in-breath, you lift the chin, and then you exhale and tuck. This lengthens the upper back, lengthens the back of the neck, and you mush the chin in. And as you breathe deeply in and out through the nose, you stay very, very tall. So you're pulling up through the rib cage, really lengthening in the spine. Nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. We've got 3 more of these. We do 10 all together. And then you can gently release. Okay, very good. Now, the final pose for this is to take the hands behind, and technically your hands grab onto the ankles or the feet. And then you fold forward. Really? And otherwise, you can hold on to the elbows. That's very humane. And then you breathe in and you exhale, fold. Now, you might come part way forward. Here we are from the side. The elbows get you down, that get your neck long. And then that allows you to come forward from the fulcrum of your low back. And then you reach out. And you come to wherever you land. So you're reaching out. And we're going to take 10 breaths here as well. That's 5 breaths. And if you need to come back up, please do. Just remain in the tall back. Okay, so that the elbows are drawing your shoulders down. You get the longest neck. This really assists the shoulders opening. And I like to get a really tight grab of the elbows. And if you did need to come back up, here's where you tuck your chin again to get that nice long neck. And the elbows are back. Let's do 2 more breaths. Sorry, 1 more breath. You must be at your 5. And then you gently release the hands. Okay, believe it or not, that took 2 minutes. All of that breathing. We do 10 breaths of each version. Now, if you're working towards lotus, I'll just show a little secret that I found pretty helpful. And that was working on cobbler and holding the feet. And then I would have somebody press down on actually I'd have my daughter come behind me, put her legs over me. So her legs were here coming over me, and I know I've done that on you guys, and then pull down. Amazing for the sacrum. Really, when the knees pull out, the fulcrum of the spine lifts. So it's like a flower opening, a lotus flower, and you lift. So barring that, one great thing you could do is have the soles of the feet together, have the heels of the hands on the floor, And then push yourself forward so you're coming to the front of the bum bones. And then maybe you can push up a little more. Now the pressure of the feet pressing together helps the knees come down, which is really neat. And that helps you to get up from your low back more. You're nice and tall. And then you can just release. Okay. And then from there, lower it down. Come on all the way down onto your backs. And we're going to have the knees bend for a moment to let your low back settle, just as we've been doing. Again, it's really good to let yourself have a little breather in between to let everything settle. Great. The final stretch is to bend the knees up. Cross the left ankle on top. Hold on to the feet and then pull the feet across, breathing steadily. And then you recross. And you take the right ankle on top and you bend the ankles across. Stay with your breathing. And then you can gently release. Let your feet down. And then take the legs down, coming right into Shavasana, right into lying relaxation. And if you need to get a blanket or your sweater, I'm sure it's pretty warm, but just make sure that your body will not get cool. Let your body go. Wriggle everything into place. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. Let your fingers naturally curl. And then just let your feet roll to the outside edge of the mat. Let them roll out. Do a little roll in and out of the feet to let them fall out maybe a little further. And then let yourself go completely. Just release into the floor. And feel wonderful. Feels so great that you took this time. You've enhanced the lymphatic drainage in your shoulders area, hips area, hip area. You've increased the blood flow to your shoulders and neck, to your low back sacrum, which is the key for circulation in the spine in yoga. That lotus flower I was referring to, it is a very real feeling. If you've ever had a feeling like a gush of enthusiasm in your body where you felt something open up, that is the feeling of the lotus flower, the kundalini energy coming from the base of the spine, traveling up through the sushumna, the spinal column, which is like a hose. And this feeling is palpable. It literally feels like you're being risen up, ascended up. And it's not even mystical. It's just a feeling of utter clarity, surprise, but natural. And you feel as if you are all alive, completely all of life, potentially is how I feel. And you feel as if there is nothing that your body isn't. It's like your body is everything. It's open. It is fully charged. It's past feeling fully rested. It's as if there's no block anywhere. And then what happens there is Lila. Lila is play. You can do anything. And you don't even know you're practicing anymore. It's as if now you're just a pose. What I often find is the body starts to play into the pose and not realizing it's doing it. And just continue to rest back, basking in that awareness of feeling so good for having taken the time. And basking in the awareness that you are energy. Your whole body is energy. And you've just enhanced its ability. And keep letting go. Got 3 more minutes. Keep on breathing and releasing the front body back. Feeling the cells of the body absorb all the effects of the poses and the breathing. And now with your awareness on your breathing, just take the right hand to the belly and make circles around the belly. You're coming just below the rib cage and just above the pubic bone. You circle in clockwise position, clockwise direction, and you're using the whole hand running around the large GI tract. This is also something really soothing to do on your grandchildren, Doug. I used to do this on my daughter Sarah when she was young, and very, very soothing. And then she demanded it every night when she was a baby. She wouldn't go to sleep unless Mommy came and rubbed her tummy. And then you can gently just release the hand. See if you notice increased energy in your hand as you drop it to the side. Lovely. And then you can gently roll over. Come on over to your side. Draw yourself up to seated position, sitting for a moment. Let your body just feel all the effects of the poses you've done. And take a moment to just do any last little moves for the neck. You might want to bring the ear down. You might want to use your hand on the opposite ear to pull down and get some more traction. And then come on to the other side. Get wonderful drops of the shoulders down. And really get to stretch there. You can breathe in and draw all the way back up. Wonderful. And we'll bring our hands together and bow in Namaste. Namaste. Lovely. So have a wonderful, wonderful night, you guys. And I will be, my plan for